Target's in sight.
In the vast, ethereal expanse where time bends and space dances, the 3D golden rhombus, a crystalline structure of quantum brilliance, rotates, suspended in an endless sea of possibilities. The 3R hums with cosmic energy, its 6 faces, each infused with vibrant colors, pulse with a rhythm that mirrors the heartbeat of the universe itself. It is an artifact of pure potential, embodying the complex weave of rotational dynamics across the X, Y, and Z axes. At the center of this dynamic rotation, where matter blurs into probability, lies the sword, emerging from the top face yellow one. The sword draws its origin from the radiant face, where energy manifests as light, and the blade carves its way through the fabric of existence itself. The top face yellow one, a beacon of radiation, drives the sword forward, projecting rays of luminous force. This radiation flows outward along the y-axis, expanding into the boundless, infinite horizon. Here, the sword hovers, balanced in perfect tension between the forces of creation and destruction, always drawn toward the target, yet retreating into the shadows when the balance is broken. X-axis, the eternal struggle between Enguarde and Pyke. Along the X-axis, the battle between front left blue 3, Enguarde, and front right red 2, Pyke, rages. Enguarde stands as the cosmic advance, aligned with the shifting celestial blue energy, pushing the sword's blade toward the target. Celestial blue shifting flows along this axis like a calm yet inexorable tide, urging progress, drawing the blade forward in a graceful arc. The quantum fabric bends as the sword moves, its trajectory precise, aligned with the y-axis, as if riding on the stream of time itself. Opposing it is the pull of Pyke, the retreat, which aligns with the celestial red shifting. Here, the sword is called back toward the self. The quantum energies invert, pulling space toward a singularity where motion retracts and the blade retracts. The Pyke stirs along the x-axis, carving through the dimensional weave, drawing the sword back to its core. The sword moves in this perpetual struggle of advance and retreat, each quantum rotation twisting the blade between these two elemental forces. Each shift along the x-axis is a choice, one of motion, energy, and intent, pulling between Enguarde's unwavering forward thrust and Pyke's retreat into stillness. Y-axis, the dance of Viper and Radiance. Rotation around the y-axis pulses with the rhythm of life itself, embodying both the serpentine precision of back left green Viper and the boundless energy of top face yellow 1, Radiate. Here, the sword moves like a viper, striking with precision and retreating just as quickly, as if time itself coils and uncoils along this axis. The viper commands the sword in a clockwise orientation, each movement a calculated shift toward the target. The viper's motion is fluid, spiraling through space-time, guiding the sword through its precise and fatal trajectories. With each rotation, quantum forces pulse along the y-axis, coiling like a predator waiting to strike. But above, radiating from the top face yellow one, is the boundless force of radiation.
Reloading, cover me. We've taken the lead. Target's in sight. Target down. Contact with enemy. Enemy down. Reloading.
front line.
Enemy down.
Taking the lead.
Reloading! Cover me! Target. Smoke out.
We've taken the lead.
Target's in sight! Reloading.
In the labyrinthine void between dimensions, where time pulses like the breath of a titanic slumbering beast, the Sword
Enemy
3D GR blade
contact.
shimmered into existence. The air around it crackled with the unfathomable hum of quantum rotational dynamics, aligning itself with the ancient forces of the multiverse.
Reloading.
Anchored to the wielder's chest, the anchoring 3D GR pulsed in rhythmic unity,
Changing mag.
each face of its crystalline geometry
Enemy down.
igniting in turn, binding its essence
Reloading.
to the
Cover me.
wielder, like a gorilla beating its chest in
Changing
defiance
mag.
of
Cover me.
reality. The top face yellow,
taken
flared
the lead.
first, radiant and fierce, orienting the sword through blade to its target. Energy pulsed through the
Tied
x-axis,
for
the
the lead.
y-axis, and the z-axis, converging in perfect celestial synchronization. A surge of quantum spin surged from the top, driving the wielder's thoughts and movements with razor-sharp precision as the sword 3GR pommel. Bound to the multicolored facets of the anchoring 3D GR, locking into the rhythm of the wielder's heart. A flicker of movement sparked across the back right orange
We're
8,
facing
twisting the sword blade in an anti-wise orientation along the y-axis. In this moment, the back
Lost the
left
lead.
green rotated the sword in a clockwise shift toward the approaching target, the z-axis spiraling its motion like the venomous strike of viper, ever coiled and ready.
Get down, sniper.
Front left blade surged forward in a guard stance, aligning the sword blade's edge with the enemy, every atom vibrating in unison with the celestial blue shift, propelling it toward the strike. With a sudden shift along the x-axis, the front right red receded, a tactical retreat known as the pike, drawing the blade closer to the
Enemy
cell.
in sight.
As the sword's blade hummed with quantum fury, it orbited along the z-axis, encasing itself in a protective bubble of temporal displacement as bottom faced purple 7, and its gravitational force pulled the blade downward, firm, unyielding, binding the blade to the wielder's will. Then came the moment of binding. The sword 3DG pommel connected to the anchoring 3DGR, fusing their rotational dynamics. The back left green 9 twisted in a clockwise pull, like a snake striking at the heart of time, while the front right 2 aligned with the x-axis in an inverted inversion, advancing toward the
Target
target
down.
like an unstoppable cosmic force. The bottom face purple surged with gravity, pulling the sword's pommel deeper into the chest, securing the mystical bond with an unbreakable grip. As the sword rotated along the y-axis, a harmonious dance of quantum entanglement unfolded. Each shift, each twist, was a fractal of possibilities collapsing into one, a single, perfect path guided by the wielder's mind. The blade sang with anticipation, the top face yellow radiating energy outward, its frequency attuned to the cosmos. Every action, be it a retreat, advance, or rotation, became an extension of the wielder's intent. In a brilliant flash, the sword 3D GR blade arced along the x-axis, driving forward with blinding speed. The front left blue activated the celestial blue shift, pushing the wielder forward into the heart of the storm, while the back right orange 8 swiveled in its anti-wise motion, redirecting the attack's trajectory with deadly
Taking the
precision.
lead.
Quantum energy spun like a hurricane around the blade, coiling along the Y and Z axes as the gravitational pull of the bottom face purple anchored the wielder firmly in place. With the 3D GR sword pommel fully synchronized to the anchoring crystal, the rotation intensified. Back left green moved in perfect sync with the retreating motion of the pike, while front right red 2 pulled the target closer, slicing through dimensions. The sword hummed, aligned with the quantum field itself, attuned to every twist of the space-time continuum.
Reloading. Cover me.
Each rotation of the pommel forged new trajectories, binding the wielder to the ever-shifting battlefield. Suddenly, the sword 3D GR blade whirled along the Y-axis, reaching into the depths of quantum space, propelling the wielder to the final strike. Enguarde became the pivot point as the blade surged forward through the infinite possibilities, solidifying one final path, decisive, deadly. The target had no escape. The rotational dynamics of the Champ 3D GR pommel were absolute. With a final
We're almost
brilliant
there.
flourish,
Keep it up.
the Sword 3 blade shattered through reality,
We've taken the lead.
its quantum rotational dynamics rewriting the very fabric of space and time.
Objective almost complete.
The battle
Keep
was
it up.
won, the cosmic forces bowed, and the
Changing
wielder
mag,
stood
cover
as the
me.
master of the sword GR pommel, having harnessed the raw power of the anchoring 3D
Reloading!
GR and bent the axes of reality to their will. The sword's
Recon
final
ready for
hum
deployment.
faded into silence, leaving only the echo of quantum triumph behind.
UAV online.
Tango down.
Nice work. Well done. Front line.
Reloading. I got shot. Tango down. Target down.
We've taken the lead.
Tango down. Enemy in sight. Changing mag.
Taking the lead. UAV recon ready for deployment. UAV online.
Tango down.
We've taken the lead.
Tango
Guardian
down.
is ready to be deployed. Ready to jam enemy UAV.
Enemy down. Tango down.
Counter UAV up. blind. Be advised, hostile hunter-killer drone inbound. We've taken the lead.
The Blade Forge hums with arcane energy. Its core, a lattice of
almost
three
complete.
3D
Keep it
golden
up. We're
rhombus,
almost
3DR
there. Keep it
crystals,
up.
each pulsing with multidimensional quantum potential. The 3DR crystals do not simply occupy space, they warp it. Within the lattice, 6
Changing
number-based
match.
colors of the Blade Forge radiate complex quantum fields, each vibrating along distinct axes
Changing
of
mag,
reality.
cover me.
Top face yellow 1, radiation. Front right red,
Enemy down.
retreat.
Reloading.
Celestial red shifting. Advance, celestial blue shifting. Bottom face purple, gravity, attraction. Back right orange. Anti-wise orientation, back left green. Clockwise orientation. These facets represent more than mere points of reference. They embody
Changing mag,
quantum
cover me.
orientations, existing simultaneously in every direction on the X, Y, and Z axes. The behavior of the Blade Forge operates at the intersection of classical mechanics and quantum rotational dynamics, governed by the rotational states of the 3DGR crystals, shifting across time and space in ways incomprehensible to the naked eye. Quantum rotational dynamics. At the heart of the Blade Forge's power lies the quantum phenomena that govern its behavior. Each 3DGR crystal
Changing mag.
exists in a superposition, aligning and realigning with the wielder's intent through the sword 3DGR pommel. The pommel serves
down,
as a quantum
sniper.
binding
Reloading.
tool, capable of connecting
Hostile
with the
sentry gun in
anchoring
your AO.
3DGR in a series of clicks, each
Cover me,
representing a
reloading.
shift in the sword's rotational dynamics and its alignment to the wielder's needs.
Changing
Taking
mag,
the lead.
cover me.
Click. The initial state of the Blade Forge, the Sword 3DGR blade, lies in a neutral quantum flux. All number face colors exist in a superposition, awaiting binding. Click 1. The anchoring 3DGR binds to the
sight.
Sword 3DGR pommel. This binding action collapses the superposition, locking in a singular quantum rotational state and orienting the Sword 3DGR blade along one of the primary axes, X, Y, or Z. The sword's translational rotation axis engages. The Blade Forge transitions to a quantum rotational advancement state, with the Sword 3DGR blade advancing toward the target in perfect and guard orientation. Each click reverberates, creating quantum echoes of past and future strikes. Click 3. The sword's rotation retracts,
down.
pulling the
Taking the
blade
lead.
toward the wielder's center. In this moment, the Blade Forge enters a state of quantum recursion, where all past bindings influence the present motion, and each retreat is imbued with the potential energy of the next advance. Multidimensional quantum coupling. Every interaction within the Blade Forge occurs on multiple planes of existence. When the 3DG pommel binds to the anchoring 3DGR, it does so not
Contact
just
with
in
enemy.
one reality,
Taking the
but
lead.
across countless
Reloading.
quantum dimensions, establishing connections that pulse through the very fabric of space and time. This binding process is likened to a cosmic heartbeat, synchronizing the Sword 3DGR blade's position and orientation with the wielder's subconscious intent. It is here that the multidimensional quantum coupling shines. Top face yellow,
Changing mag.
radiates,
Deployment.
reaching out toward the infinite expanse of quantum possibilities, opening the sword to external energy.
On them.
Bottom face purple 7 pulls inward, grounding the sword's orientation to present, anchoring it to the wielder's physical frame. Front
Targets in
right
sight.
red and front left blue shift the quantum state of the sword blade across timelines, influencing whether the blade advances toward the target or retreats back toward the wielder. Back right orange and back left green. Twist the rotational axis, guiding the blade along either a clockwise or anti-wise trajectory, aligning the sword's position with higher order quantum rotations. Quantum sword play, the dance of rotational axes. In battle,
Reloading.
wielding the Blade Forge is to dance with the quantum nature of reality itself.
Get down, sniper.
The sword's movement is not merely bound by physical laws, but by the wielder's ability to anchor, release, and rebind the anchoring 3DGR via the sword 3DGR pommel. For instance, when the blade is bound by the front right red 2 pike configuration, the quantum state of the sword retreats into itself, accelerating its rotational axis toward the wielder in a celestial redshift. Conversely, binding the front left blue 3 end guard unlocks the forward strike potential, propelling the blade through space-time with a celestial blue shift, an advancement that appears as though time itself bends to the wielder's strike. The 3D GR crystals within the Blade Forge allow for quantum rotational flips between each of these states at lightning speeds, creating the impression that the sword exists in multiple places at once. Each click of the 3D GR pommel shifts the rotational axis, sending the blade spinning through alternate realities
Frontline.
for mere fractions of a second before snapping back to the current plane. The quantum fabric of the Sword 3D GR blade. The Sword 3D GR blade emerges as the physical manifestation of quantum flux. It is not a blade in the conventional sense, but a projection of the wielder's will across the fabric of the universe,
Enemy down.
composed of interlocking quantum particles bound by the lattice of the 3D GR crystal matrix. The Sword 3D GR blade vibrates at a frequency so high it cuts through both matter and space.
Changing mag. Cover me.
Its edge is the very boundary between realities, existing simultaneously in multiple dimensions and cutting through the barriers of space and time. Final
Reloading.
alignment, anchoring the blade to the self. In its final stage of activation, the
Enemy.
Blade Forge achieves perfect alignment between the wielder and the
For
sword.
deployment.
The anchoring 3D GRs, bottom face purple, gravitational field locks into place with the Sword 3D GRP pommel,
We've
tethering
taken
the
the
blade's rotational potential to the wielder's core.
Target down.
In this moment, the sword no longer merely exists as an external object, but becomes an extension of the wielder's mind, body, and spirit, effortlessly navigating the complexities of quantum rotational dynamics with a mere thought. To wield the Blade Forge is to harness the quantum dance of the universe, binding the infinite potential of space-time into each strike, each
Tango
defense,
down.
and each movement. It is not just a weapon,
Winning this one.
it is a quantum symphony, resonating with the wielder's very essence, turning the impossible into reality with each and every click.
Tango down. Enemy in sight. Target down. Tango down.
Recon standing by. Repeat.
Changing
UAV
mag, cover
recon
me.
is standing by. The Guardian is ready for deployment. Ready to jam enemy UAV.
Enemy down. Reloading.
Counter UAV
Target
is
down.
work. UAV online.
Changing
Ready
mag.
to
Cover
jam
me.
enemy UAV.
Enemy in sight.
Guardian is ready to be deployed.
Changing mag.
Counter UAV up. Blind.
Enemy down.
We've taken the lead.
The creation of a complex
Objective
3D
almost
GR
complete.
structure
Keep
is
it
a
up.
meticulous, multidimensional process akin to a symphony of geometry, mathematics, and energy dynamics. It begins with the careful placement of the 3D
Headshot!
Golden Rhombus, 3D GR, whose vertices, edges, and faces encode vital structural information through binary sequences that govern their behavior and interactions. Phase 1, the anchoring. At the heart of every complex 3D GR structure lies an anchoring 3D GR, the keystone that determines the foundation of the growing geometric form.
Reloading.
This core crystal, a perfect synthesis of 6 color-coded faces, each representing a specific direction and attribute. Top face yellow, front right red, front left blue, bottom face purple, back right orange, back left green, establishes the initial reference frame. Phase 2, the binding.
Mission accomplished. Good work.
The next step is the binding ritual, where additional 3DGs are meticulously attached to the anchoring crystal. The pommel binding process begins, where 3DGR pommels from newly introduced crystals are aligned with specific faces of the anchoring 3DGR. Each face has a unique number face color that corresponds with a pommel color from the new 3DGR, and the orientation of the binding depends on the intended translational rotation axis. As these pommels bind to their corresponding faces, the energy within the structure surges. The interactions between the Sword 3DGR and the anchoring 3DGR generate rotational forces that are then directed through space, creating a series of harmonic shifts known as celestial red shifting. These shifts represent the transitions between different planes of motion and energy states, allowing the structure to grow dynamically while maintaining balance. Phase 3, geometric transformation and rotations. Once the initial binding is completed, the entire 3DGR assembly undergoes a series of geometric transformations. Rotations around the X, Y, and Z axes adjust the orientation of the crystal structure, enabling new pommels to dock and bind precisely. These rotations are calculated using transformation matrices that encode the angle and direction of each face. This stage ensures that each new crystal is perfectly aligned, creating a seamless lattice of interconnected rhombuses. The faces of the crystals are rendered dynamically, with the draw direction feature enhancing the visual experience. Direction lines emerge from each face center, radiating outwards to indicate the orientation of the face relative to the center of the crystal. These lines provide crucial insight into the spatial alignment and interactions of the growing structure, especially as new layers are added. Phase 4, fractalization and sword dynamics. As the structure expands, it begins to take on fractal qualities. Fractalization parameters guide how new 3DGRs are added, not in a linear fashion, but as self-repeating patterns that mimic nature's own designs. The entire assembly starts to pulse with energy, embodying a complex web of binary and vector information that determines its final shape. At the same time, Sword 3DGRs interact with the core structure in a dance of balance and counterbalance. Each face of the Sword 3DGR is aligned and bound to a face on the anchoring 3DGR, producing a series of clicks that signal the successful integration of the Sword's energy into the system. The Sword's translational rotation axis advances forward, its blade aimed at the heart of the ever-growing structure, before retracting in a graceful arc, realigning its energy in preparation for the next phase. Phase 5, energy and data exchange. At this point, the structure becomes an intricate network of energy and data exchange, akin to a living organism. The signaling pathways within the 3DGR landscape emerge, forming networks that shuttle energy and information through the lattice. These pathways rely on binary interactions encoded within each rhombus, efficiently managing the flow between nodes. Each pathway channels power, ensuring that the entire structure remains in equilibrium as more crystals are added. The dot product and the cross product, results embedded in the 3DGR's data points, determine how each energy vector interacts with its neighbors. The crystal's inherent properties ensure that no two vectors cancel each other out, leading to a harmonious balance where every part of the structure supports the whole. Phase 6, completion and activation. Finally, after a series of iterative steps, the complex 3DGR structure is complete. The final layers of crystals are locked into place, the fractal design having reached its apex. The once separate components now act as a unified whole, with energy coursing through the pathways like blood through veins. The entire structure hums with power, the interplay of forces guiding its movements and interactions. With the final quaternion values encoded, the structure comes to life. Its geometric perfection is matched only by its fluidity in responding to external stimuli. Whether it's being wielded as a weapon, functioning as a battery, or serving as an energy grid, the complex 3DGR structure stands as a monument to the union of geometry, energy, and consciousness.
We lost the lead. Hunter-killer drone deployed. Lost the lead. Friendly Guardian destroyed. We're failing this mission.
Let's go. Let's go.
Friendly hunter-killer drone deployed.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time. Front line.
Get down, sniper! Target is out.
Taking the lead. UAV recon standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by.
Slow! Enemy down!
Ready to jam enemy UAV. Counter UAV up. They're blind. We've taken the lead.
Target's in sight! Target down! I'm hurt!
Objective almost complete. Keep it up. Friendly care package inbound. Friendly Guardian has been destroyed. Our sentry gun has been destroyed.
Enemy down!
Recon ready for deployment.
3D-GR structure begins as a journey through a vast, multi-dimensional framework. Each stage of the formation harnesses the principles of geometric precision, symmetry, and energy dynamics to craft a masterpiece of spatial engineering.
Jam enemy UAV.
Stage 1. Laying the foundations. The process starts by anchoring the core 3D-GR crystal at the center, defining the structure's heart. This crystal serves as the foundation upon which additional layers of complexity will build. Encoded in its vertices and edges is the golden ratio, pi, a mathematical constant that ensures perfect harmony and balance throughout the assembly. The faces of the 3D-GR crystal, each represented by a specific color,
Ready for deployment.
are activated based on their orientation and interaction with neighboring crystals. Each face, bound or free, signals whether it is ready to connect with other 3D-GR units, or if it maintains an autonomous state. These states are encoded in binary form, guiding the structure's expansion. The face orientations, yellow 1, top, red 2, front right, blue 3, top right, green 9, back left, orange 8, top back right, and purple 7, bottom, define the structure's spatial alignment as connections are forged. Stage 2, iterative growth and symmetry. The structure grows iteratively as additional 3D-GR units connect to the anchored core, forming a complex, interconnected network. Each connection follows precise geometric rules encoded within the 3D-GR's vertices, edges, and face states. By calculating the dot and cross products of vectors within the golden rhombus framework, the structure maintains geometric coherence and fractal symmetry as new layers form. These calculations, stored in binary code across multiple bit fields, ensure the emergent structure maintains perfect balance, even as it expands. Geometric transformations are applied to each new 3D-GR, rotating and aligning them with the core crystal. These transformations, controlled by rotation matrices, manipulate the units around the X, Y, and Z axes, allowing the structure to evolve fluidly in 3 dimensions. With each rotation and addition, the structure becomes more intricate, embedding more of the golden ratio's harmonious proportions at every level. Stage 3, emergence of signaling pathways. As the 3D-GR network expands, a dynamic system of signaling pathways emerges. These pathways form through interactions between the anchor of 3D-GR and new units, creating an information exchange system within the structure. These connections serve both as energy conduits and as communication channels between different parts of the structure, optimizing the flow of information and resources. At this stage, the system encodes complex fractalization parameters that dictate how the structure splits and replicates within itself, ensuring that growth does not compromise the original geometric harmony. The trilateral values and quaternions encoded in the bit fields ensure that even the most unique structural formations adhere to a strict mathematical framework, enhancing both the stability and the beauty of the design. Stage 4, visualization and perspective. To fully appreciate the complexity and scale of the 3D-GR structure, advanced visualization techniques are employed. The 3D-GR units are rendered based on their vertices, faces, and normal vectors, with geometric transformations applied to adjust the orientation. A dynamic camera system positions itself to offer multiple perspectives on the structure, allowing observers to shift viewpoints and appreciate its form from various angles. The rendering process is not static. It incorporates animation, causing the structure to rotate, twist, and expand in real time. Direction lines, enabled by the Draw Direction feature, highlight the orientation of each face, revealing how every 3D-GR unit aligns relative to the whole. These lines visually demonstrate the interaction between individual units and the core, providing an intuitive understanding of the spatial relationships that underpin the structure. Stage 5, final binding and activation. As the structure reaches its final stages, the 3D-GR sword panel emerges. This is where the dynamic interaction between the wielder and the structure manifests, creating a tangible link between the theoretical geometry and the physical world. The sword pommel, composed of 5 3D-GR crystals bound to specific face colors, becomes an extension of the wielder's will.
We're almost there. Keep
Through
it
the
up.
act of binding,
We've
the
taken the
pommel
lead.
synchronizes with the anchoring 3D-GR, each face and orientation serving a unique role in this final alignment. The complex interplay of orientations, such as Pike, Viper, Rogue, and Vanguard, combined with the precise rotational shift, ensures that the structure's energy and information pathways are fully optimized. This final stage marks the culmination of the
Fight harder.
3D GR structure's formation, a fully realized, multidimensional entity that resonates with the mathematical beauty of the golden ratio. The outcome, a symphonic structure. Upon completion, the 3D GR structure stands as a testament to the power of geometry and precise engineering. The network of interconnected crystals hums with energy, its signaling pathways efficiently distributing resources and information.
Bring it up, squad.
From its central core to the outermost fractal branches, every detail of the structure is perfectly aligned, both aesthetically and functionally. The wielder, gripping the 3D GR sword pommel, can feel the structure's power as it harmonizes with their movements, guiding each strike, defense, and maneuver. The 3D GR structure, though intricate and multidimensional, responds seamlessly to the wielder's intentions. A perfect fusion of geometry, energy, and human will.
Pick it up, team. Heads up, team. Enemy UAV spotted.
Changing mag. Cover me.
Hostile sentry gun in your AO. We lost the lead. Be advised, hostile hunter down.
Target. Sniper!
Enemy UAV spotted. Lost the lead.
I'm hurt! Get down! Sniper! Sniper eliminated!
We lost the lead.
Contact with enemy.
We're failing this mission.
Sniper!
Recon standing by. Repeat, UAV recon is standing by. UAV online.
Contact with enemy.
Defeated. Don't let this happen again.